Yerba mate is a species of the holly family, Aquifoliaceae, the only living genus of this family. Ilex, or holly, is a genus of between 400 to 600 species of flowering plants. The species in this family range from evergreens or deciduous trees to shrubs or climbers. This genus is located throughout the world's temperate and subtropical regions. The holly genus, particularly Ilex aquilifolium, is familiar to us because of its widespread use in wreaths and decorations during Christmas and other holidays. It is the familiar shrub with glossy spiny leaves and bright red berries. These glossy leaves and bright red berries are also found on the yerba mate tree. Although the fruits are commonly referred to as berries, they are technically drupes, which have a fleshy exocarp surrounding a single shell of hardened endocarp with a seed inside. These drupes are toxic to humans and may even be life-threatening to children who consume them. Yerba mate is a dioecious plant, meaning there are separate male and female individuals, and it begins its life as a small shrub that grows into a tall, woody tree. This tree can grow up to 18 meters tall and is an evergreen plant that keeps its leaves throughout the seasons to maximize photosynthesis. This plant is cultivated in Southern America, specifically in the northern parts of Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, and southern Brazil. Brazil produces roughly 60% of the world supply, while Argentina produces roughly 35%. Male plants are used in cultivation because they are stronger in flavor, and they are known to produce a higher amount of caffeine that the plant is known for. The caffeine content is estimated around 0.1 to 2% per leaf, which is closely related to the caffeine content of coffee beans, which range from 1 to 2%. The tree blooms in spring and has flowers that are a cluster of 3 to 11 flowers from the axils of the leaves. The flowers are small with 4 to 5 petals and sepals. Normally, the plants are pollinated by insects and produce drupes that are an important resource for local bird species. The seeds from the yerba mate plant are harvested and germinated from cultivators to add to their crops. During harvest, branches are taken off and the leaves are roasted, dried, and ground to its familiar form. The leftover branches are dried and used as firewood. Yerba mate plays a huge role in the culture of many Southern American countries. It is used mostly in Paraguay, Uruguay, Brazil, and Argentina. Recently, it has become a very popular cold drink in the United States because of its strong caffeine content. Yerba mate can be used in many different ways and is commonly referred to simply as mate, and differs slightly in its consumption between countries. In the United States, you mostly find it as tereré. Tereré is the cold brew version that is normally drunk during the hot seasons in South America. In South America, you would normally put the ground leaves in a gourd made traditionally from a squash, although it now ranges from wood to plastic to ceramic, and add a metal straw called a bombilla in Spanish. Hot water, normally between 160 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, is then added to the gourd and drunk through the bombilla that filters out the ground leaves. In Brazil, mate is prepared similarly, but differs in the way that you set up the gourd. The yerba mate is ground much more finely and is put on only half of the mate gourd, and the bombilla is placed in the empty half of the gourd. Having moved to the United States from Argentina, I can say for certain that mate is an incredibly important part to Argentine culture. It is an important ritual that creates and solidifies bonds between friends and families. Since everyone, strangers and friends alike, is sharing the bombilla, it can feel like an intimate experience that many cultures aren't accustomed to. Mate is taken everywhere you go, and you are exposed to it since a small child. As with every ritual, there are customary practices while enjoying your mate.